But I don't have Blight Caller. Bull crap.
You don't have black collar? I'm just randomizing a character.
Hold on a damn second. I'm not leaving. I'm not. I want this. I will have what I will. I will have it. Wonderlands. I should have it. I have the DLC. Or did Kyle take away his, Wait a minute. I have the next level edition. Oh, because I never actually, like, downloaded. I never actually, like... Okay, well... Yeah, because I never downloaded the other two. I never actually technically purchased. Because that's the thing that happens, is you have to technically repurchase your own DLC. So now if I go back in... There we go, now I have it. There we go! So if you have the season pass, like, you just have to go to the PlayStation Store and, like, do all that. Facial features. Human. Oh, human. I'm a human. A human.
Yeah, I don't have it. I'm not really worried about getting it yet either.
Human. I think it would be human 14. My head shape should not be graceful. It should be.
Are you actually customizing your character?
I'm going to make the most beautiful character in the world, I wish. You know, my other characters are so wretched. Like, I would not be able to tell you how wretched they are. Like, I mean, very wretched.
You know, bad to say, I randomized mine and I kinda like how mine looks.
I randomized mine too. I'm just kind of going through and getting rid of all the,
What are you doing for your class?
Oh, that new, the other one.
Oh, the black collar?
Yeah,
Right.
white color.
You were just talking about it.
I forgot. I'm not thinking. I'm too busy looking at my beautiful face. Can't you tell?
I forgot, you were literally just talking about doing it.
I mean, I forgot when I was playing myself too, so don't feel bad. Like, I'm doing it. I'm doing a thing.
I forgot completely that you mentioned the thought of it.
Smooth eyes. I wish to have smooth eyes.
How do you have smooth eyes?
I don't know. It's the type of eye shape. Oh yes, wide.
So you have smooth, wide eyes.
Smooth white eyes. Wide
That makes
aperture.
so much sense.
Heavy. Evil eyes. Can't you see that I'm evil? The wide aperture is
I'm
everything I need.
I'm just going back through and like touching up my character.
Ah, void sight.
If it's gonna be a necromancer, it's gotta be a necromancer. Technically it's graveborn, but whatever. Same thing.
Skeep attack.
My eye shape is sunken.
Sunken. I got sunken eyes. Can't you see? I need that skeep attack upon my eye. Upon my left eye. Tattoo.
I'm living up to the
Yeah, flip the tattoo so it'd be like Mike Tyson.
I'm living up to the pale way of a necromancer. I am very pale.
Armor decor. Night strips, mad motley.
You know, you would think with the wider I am, the more black would show up. It doesn't. But yeah, if nothing else, the character customization in this game is pretty good.
It's very good, I like it. I don't know what I'm making my character, but I'm gonna say he's a very suave Mike Tyson as if he had a mustache. A very fancy mustache.
Suave Mike Tyson, if he had a mustache.
I think that's what I'm gonna name him. Suave Mike Tyson. Suave Tyson. Suave Tyson.
Suave Tyson. Very unique name.
I know, right? I've been told I'm very good about my names. You know, people are very jealous of my naming skills. I like this. I like that color. Body and personality. Body type of that one. This one. That one. This one.
I love
Body
how they
size.
describe the
I gotta make myself
body
massive.
types.
My head size is gonna be huge as well.
I'm at a loss for words.
Ha ha! Now this is the look of a
Mad.
My form.
I could do with a change.
Nah.
What have we here?
Even.
What suits me?
Who's this gonna make me a...
I could do.
What suits
Okay, next.
What suits me?
Recovering inventory hoarder. Next. Name.
Okay, so what do I need? What's good for me? Apprentice Barnacle Scraper. Who would
I have no idea if this is how her name is spelled, but I'm going with it.
Minus crit chance. Looks pretty good to me, I say. That's minus 8 though. Jesus, I would not do that to myself. I like my crit chance. Constitution. Do I need that? I don't know what I need for my class.
I mean, it tells you the recommended, so just look at the recommended and go off that.
It doesn't tell me what's recommended.
No, it should tell you classes that are recommended for that attribute.
The character background.
Whenever you pick the, oh, for the background. Just go over, pick a random one, go over to the next one, and then whatever you're putting in your points. Just see what's recommended, then go back to fix it.
Best background. Okay.
Actually, I don't know why I told you to do that, and I didn't do that.
It's okay, I cheated already.
How'd you already cheat?
I looked it up.
You could've just went to the next slide and it would've told you. Why are there none that give you more health? That are the normal ones, not
Wait
the
a
DLC
minute.
ones.
I need to back this up. I'm not a Great Board. I'm a Blade Caller. Big difference.
Were you specking for Graveborn?
Yeah.
I'm the Graveborn. Need you to back off. I don't really want to be village idiot.
Village Idiot's apparently overall the best.
I mean, yeah, it's only spell cooldown and status damage down, plus crit damage.
And then just put your 3 points into each of those just to even it all out.
Let's be honest, nerf by Bunker Master isn't really that nerfed. Just put in your points after and you're basically good.
Wisdom and attunement. Huh.
I don't know what attunement means, but it's skill cooldown.
For Blade Collar, apparently those are the two best things for you.
What are skill attunement and what?
Attunement and Wisdom are the best for the Blade Collar.
I mean, yeah, status damage makes sense for you.
Open keyboard. Suave. Tyson.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick with the covering inventory hoarder.
Twist of Fate Village Day. Oh, you sweet large child. Blessed with looks, muscles, and exactly 2 brain cells that never call each other. You were made the image of the gods, specifically Bathalion, god of himbos. Your role is destined either for greatness or legally categorized as a construction equipment.
What, for the thing under the twist of fate?
Yeah, whatever it is.
You once scrambled across the fantastical world, stuffing your pockets with every last candlestick and wheel of cheese you could sweep off the shelves. You've sworn off junk, but I can't read. I'm illiterate. But now but now you're. Why is the B lowercase to begin a sentence? But now your eye turns toward implements of destruction and their gleaming loot beams.
Well, I see. I like how mine's just straight up, like, horrible insults to that character and their existence.
Apparently, I was stuffing cheese in my pocket.
That's Skyrim. There's a Skyrim reference right there.
Yeah, and candlesticks. I don't think I've ever picked up a candlestick in Skyrim.
I think they'll sell for a good amount. I'm not sure though. So
Candlesticks?
yeah, they sell for quite a bit in Skyrim.
I don't know. I don't ever remember seeing I can pick up a candlestick. Can I skip this part? I can't skip this part.
Time's up! Okay. Valentine, you've just drawn your own face over the character sheet?
It said draw your hero, and I'm my own hero.
Okay. And Fret, it says your starter sword does murder 1,000 damage?
My bad, I left off a 0.
Okay, no plan! Fret and Valentine can't be trusted with pencils, let alone dice. So it is up to you, newbie. You are the Fate Maker.
Yeah, I'm the Fate Maker.
And these fools shall be thine advisors, I guess.
Fine. I advise that you better be a badass. We're here to slay evil and get gold.
I know you see me as a role model. Follow my lead, and you'll be a great fate maker.
All right, one last thing. Bunkers and Badasses is a role-playing game, baby. That means you do not break character voice. Kapiski? Break me off a piece of that.
I'm looking to find some coin. If I happen to save the world, why not it? So be it.
I've not even looked at your character, but just based off that voice is
Is that my voice or is that your voice?
that's your voice.
They got a deep voice, you know. They gotta have that big husky voice. Definitely my own voice. Make myself feel like a man.
I think my voice is feminine.
I haven't seen your character yet, so we don't know if it matches.
Well, I look like I'm dead.
You look like you're dead.
I look like I should be dead.
Look at me. Don't I look like a suave Mike Tyson behind you? Behold,
You keep moving. You look like a
I look
Suave
like a
Tyson.
Yeah, don't you see my tattoo on my cheek as well?
Your face is like so smooth.
Smooth faced, you know?
What I'm hearing is, we get to
Your
work with
pupils are just blue.
Yeah, I can see through your soul.
Yeah, I look like I'm dead. We're
Yeah, you do.
already dead.
Yeah, you're just like a carcass I've fished up and somehow you swim.
Somehow I swear.
Here's a little cheat sheet to track your health and map and stuff up.
I don't think I've ever spent time looting here.
It's really like money.
I have $31. Money doesn't last long anyway.
Well, you're not wrong. But I got a challenge
Especially
done.
in this game.
Just wait till you get to the late game. The late game's awful. Well, awful in terms of getting loot. You have to get lucky.
Yeah, and you had to get more lucky dice to get anything.
Recognize one of the Queen's waystones.
Oh, you have to get everything if you want to have the best loot possible. But when you get to the late game, you have to do the best to get as many shards as you can, and you have to roll for loot. And you can at least pick what type of guns you want, so you can at least spam all SMGs and get a shit ton of SMGs to try to guarantee the SMG you want.
It's a species called Jumpus tutorialis, and weirdly, it only grows in this one valley.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't feel like spending time to break them with my fist.
Steel opens you forward. Some hot.
Nice piece of steel.
See, I do like the melee thing that they added. I think the melee is actually something they should. I actually wish they could actually even like hold the melee weapon itself. I think that should be a permanent thing for like Borderlands 3.
That would be pretty cool.
So at least add just like if they at least add melee weapons, it's like a melee thing. It'd be nice. I'd at least accept that. That's another add, like another stat I would like.
Melee.
Another waystone guides your path, but reach
Even the melee in this game actually has a lot of good like features.
Looking at the dirt. That is a third crab.
You have defeated the crabs! Luckily, they were carrying their life savings for some reason. All yours now!
Oh my
Why can't we kill
Jesus.
more crabs like that?
That was depressing. Those crabs are carrying their life savings.
Each of them had around $100 on them.
That's a life savings.
I mean, they're crabs.
I mean, that's true. There's only so much they can get from like trying to like
Scavenging.
scavenging.
That's right! The Queen has ruled the Wonderlands since I was born a role player, like you, Bing Bongs. She has foreseen your arrival.
Bing bong.
A powerful weapon for you. The weapon of a fate maker.
Oh, crossbow.
A dead person. They left you a dead person.
You're in Tina's fantasy, baby!
I don't like Tina's Fantasy. Can I go home?
Time for right spinning.
Hey, could be worse.
Nah, I actually, in my D&D campaigns, I actually do normally put guns in there. I just tend to make the ammo super
A
expensive.
dark and ancient castle lurks.
I prefer them to eventually have an artificer so they can try to have their artificer make stuff and like mine the random stuff that's all around. But honestly, in most cases, my artificers tend to find some way to destroy everything in the process or blow up furniture.
Or blow up furniture.
And I literally had one of my artificers in one campaign literally just focus on blowing up furniture with like, he made an RPG, he actually rolled a 20 to make an RPG, so I was like, okay, well that's got like a 1d20 damage. The rockets are gonna be hard to make, but like, it's a pretty strong hit. So the guy technically has 2 attacks, but didn't multi-attack on his, and he put repeating shot on his RPG, so really the RPG was like guaranteed 1 damage always. Well, you guarantee technically 2 damage, because if you hit, you're always gonna get 1 damage minimum. Well, plus intel, so 5, sorry, because you have plus 4. So 6. Much different than 1. But he potentially could have done a shit ton of damage with that rocket. He proceeds to always blow up the furniture and just be like... So during a big boss fight with like a djinn, like they're fighting a fire djinn inside his palace,
That's like a
and he proceeds to see, oh yeah, look at these, guy has like golden couches and stuff. He's like, I want to blow up the furniture.
Uh-oh.
Blows up the couch. The couch is now left in a smoldering pile. He attacks the Jin, but unintentionally. He tries to blow up the Jin's shoes because the guy has like golden slippers. He just wants to blow up his slippers.
It's impossible.
Proceeds to do, and he says, and he's like, I don't want to do damage to him though. I just want to do damage to the slippers. So he rolls a. He actually rolls like just a barely hit. So a 1 would be hitting himself, but like you barely hit, so I'm like, you do damage to him, unlike what you want. And he's like, oh, really? He was really upset by the fact he did damage to the Jin of all things. And like his party hates him. They're like, dude, this guy doesn't even like help anything. Like one time they're fighting a dragon that can freeze time and stuff like that like literally rolls around in a ball trying to run people over. Inside like this boiling cauldron area, he makes a raft that can survive the boiling water that's underneath them and sits in it. Away from the actual fight and proceeds to fish in the boiling water during the whole fight. And everyone's like dying, people are falling over into the boiling water. He's fishing them out and putting them on his boat, but he's like saving them from death, but he's like refusing to fight. Until the ball
So he's a
rolls up.
pacifist.
No, he's a troll. So eventually though, eventually what he does is he gets crushed by the ball, because the ball flies off because someone knocked the dragon off the ball and it crushes him in the boat. And he gets knocked into the boiling water, which, as a gnome artificer, he instantly died in the boiling water. He blew like a fish.
An extra powerful skeleton arises.
So yeah, that's one of my campaign things. I mean,
Sounds great.
Yeah, well, I also do like it's all homebrew and stuff like that, so I made skill trees and stuff like that too. So comes with the fun part of making skill trees for everyone. And somehow Amaterasu, being one of the goddesses you get, my little brother proceeds to get Amaterasu, and he's a barbarian, a dragonborn barbarian, and he also rolled the ability. Everyone got a relic, so like a legendary relic. So he got the Spear of Annihilation, which is 40-10 force damage when you hit something with it. And he thought about this himself. He's like, I got 5 attacks. So because he's level 5 at this point, he's like, if I proceed to put this in my blunderbuss, shoot it out. And that's just not even an attack, that's an action. Shoot it out, so the attack is actually shooting it out of the blunderbuss, forcing it to be a projectile. Then, as it hits the enemy, it does 40-10 force damage. Then he would grab the enemy, being a +5 strength barbarian, and suplex the enemy 4 times if he succeeds into this sphere. Into the sphere itself, so he suplexes him into this 40-10 object for damage. So he's really doing, at the end of it, about 20 d10 damage, not including his strength boost and then his radiant damage boost from him being a specific subclass barbarian. And granted, this is a 12-year-old kid thinking of all this.
Damn.
So he potentially does. So he gets the player. He's potentially doing like. And then the worst part is like he's doing like 250 damage a turn on potential, and which, granted, now keep this in mind that a normal. This is level 5. The normal level 20 boss at the end of a campaign has like 330 health at most.
So he's basically one-shotting.
So he could basically, at best, can one-shot a boss. But that doesn't include his subclass. His subclass was based on a questionnaire and completely random. No one knew what you were going to get. He got Amaterasu, which her level 5 skill, like skill you unlock, is once per long rest. You can double your damage from one turn, but you can do it beforehand. So if you miss, it's gone. It's good for until you got a long rest. Well, so that means now he's potential of doing about 500 damage in one turn if he doubles
Jesus.
So,
God.
I mean, he's got a little bit of autism and stuff like that, and he's a sweet boy and stuff like that, and he's very nice. So my thing is normally like, you're normally not supposed to be able to suplex something and stuff like that. Granted, like unless you can, but you have to do like a struggle check and like a DC check for them, so they can struggle out of it. Well, I do it where like if someone's gonna use something, like he doesn't have to, because instead of him using the Warhammer, which is 1d8 damage, his suplex does 1d8 damage, and that's just his Warhammer in quotations, but it's really just him suplexing something for this because he loves wrestling. So like it makes him happy, he's enjoying it, he's having a good time, and really what I care about is everyone else said it was fine too in the party, and everyone enjoyed it. Everyone always found it funny seeing him pull a giant healing worm out of the sands and like suplexing a giant worm like it's nothing. But like he's basically God at this point, so like his whole thing is he just smashes and passes everything, and it was like he doesn't
So
care,
he's a
like,
Hulk.
he basically is Hulk.
Basically.
He's a golden dragonborn. And Yeah, so like, he just, yeah, he's a beast and a half. Like he's beast incarnate, and I don't know what else to say about it. To the point where I've had to like start like making custom passives and stuff like that for like and like increasing the crap out of every enemy's health just so they can survive him for more than one turn. Because God forbid one right turn, that enemy's dead before they get the chance to say hello. My name is, and they're just dead. So I have to do everything I can to make sure he doesn't one-shot them. And everyone laughs at it because it's like, everyone else gets demolished sometimes by these bosses, but he just sits there, he's like, he doesn't die. Like, I try to make things attack him, they can't, like, kill him, and because he's already Dragonborn, he's got 18 AC. And, like, it takes a lot to kill him. He's got 56 health. Like, the only other person harder to kill is my mother, who plays the actual campaign as well. Mostly my mother, Felicity, Colin, my little brother, a few of my other younger friends, and like it's gonna be Steven and Andrew now. Because the other two are now out of the story officially because they just got so bored when it took us. For other reasons too, it's like they're just out of it officially. They just don't really. It's been too long since we had a session last time, so I had to stop doing it for a while because people stopped. Like half the people would come, half the people wouldn't, and I'm like, I'm not gonna keep making a campaign scaled completely from fresh with no help by myself for a group of 8 people when only 4 are showing up. It's hard to cut everything in half and then actually still make it balanced because you still have, granted, Colin doing 250 freaking damage. So it's like that was already like a mental gymnastic, and I don't even blame Colin. That's like I just had to be like, okay, you know what? You guys aren't gonna come. This is 2 sessions in a row. Stuff's going on. We're just gonna pause this for now. So now it's like it's gonna be 6 of them now, and now it's like it'd be fun as they bring it back together and stuff like that for them to all play. But now I gotta try to figure out now because it's like. I don't know what to do where I can actually, like, give them the next step, because it's like, you already have, like, godlike powers. I mean, because the other campaign I have going is in the same universe, not the same world, but the same universe, so, like, they share gods and stuff like that, so whatever happens in their world happens technically in the other world, because if a god dies, it's permanent.
Well, this place is super grim. I love it! Grab that spell book! Now, how do we get into the tomb?
I'm just having a struggle believing that this kid is like God himself.
He basically is. He lost. There's a PvP tournament where if you died, you got resurrected, but you lost, and the winner gets like a wish of their choice from the Holy Grail. And my mother ended up winning because she's the paladin, so she's just tanky as all like hell. That's the only person harder to kill than him is. Who she's technically the main character because Octavia's a ASMR, which is a basically the child of an angel and a human. So I just basically made her the main character as the idea that there's a reason why that, you know, she specifically compared to everything else being Dragonborn that she's still around because she's Celestial. She beat him in a PvP duel, like, her and him were just, like, murdering everybody. Like, the Ranger was actually, the Ranger and him were the first 2 that actually fought. And the Ranger almost killed him in 1 turn. He's like, yeah, I almost killed him. Granted, he was level 3 at this time. Well, he just unlocked the ability to breathe fire, because Dragonborns have a 3d6 ability to breathe fire and stuff like that, depending on their element. So he's a fire elemental, because he's a golden dragon, or bronze dragon. No, he's golden, sorry. I painted his color, his miniature, like a Balthazar gold. But like, which is like a dirty, fringy, like gold, like bronze, like gold, which is, it's a beautiful color, but. So, his whole thing is like, this guy just sets up this perfect trap where he, like, if he moves, Colin's gonna die, everything like that, because he damaged him so much, and he's in this field of bramble. Well, Colin's like, well, he's at 30 feet, right? And I'm like, well, yeah, he's at 30 feet. And he's like, I breathed fire 3 times because he has 3 attacks this time. I'm like, yo, he's at 30 feet, literally right at the range the fire would end. And it's no longer his turn. It's no longer Chris's turn, so Chris can't move. So, Colin now proceeds to breathe fire 3 times and kill Chris instantly. Because, like, you deal 9d6 damage to a guy who only has about 19 health at the time. Like, we did the rolls, and, like, on top of the strength bonuses for each of the actual attacks, which is already, at this point, a plus, I think, yeah, it's a +4. Like, he just raped. So it was like, the Paladin and the Barbarian were just destroying everything along the way, like, no one was surviving. And then those 2 fight, and Count whiffed all of his rolls. Like, he missed everything. He was just missing it, because the Paladin's AC was just too high. So my mother ended up winning and getting a wish because she wanted a better spell, like an actual like mage spell, like a level 7 mage spell is what she asked for basically. So I gave her one at the chance of like you'd have to hit like an 18 to actually use it. So I gave her chain lightning. So it was one of those things like he's not undefeatable, but you have to have like a really he can lose, but you have to give something like really high AC, which if I do that, everyone suffers really at the end of the day.
This should do it.
That's just for them to survive at this point. It's like everything's sitting at an AC of 20 at the time. That was really easy.
That was extremely easy.
Dragon Lord away before he escapes.
Why was that so easy? The boy before he escapes, and we're just over here doing our, you know, absolutely nothing to it.
Well, I don't know what to say, but it's dead now. Yeah, that's yeah. Actually, I do remember one thing though. Colin's died a couple times from random bullcrap, which has been funny. Like at one time, like
Dragon Lord is free, suckers!
ooh,
Dragon Lord, I challenge thee.
I'm trying to remember what he died to.
Yeah, not happening. Come on, the Fate Maker never beats the villain in the first quest. Still, you're stronger than the ones she sent before. I wonder.
Damn it, he got away. We gotta track him down. I want that big bad boss kind of loot.
all the big bad con
The Fate Maker's journey begins as
So what are some things that he's died to?
There's one thing where they're stuck inside a alternate universe because of well, basically there's a spell which allows you to open up a pocket dimension, and they were fighting a wizard, and I did the stupid thing with because one of the players decided to joke about it, being like, well, I'm a sorcerer, or I'm a wizard, so if I go ahead and or no, sorcerer at this time, he's like, I'm a sorcerer, so if I go ahead and I were to make it so that I can do this, open up this pocket dimension, go into it with the rope, and then climb in and have my familiar take the rope with me, and I close the pocket dimension, I only come out to use the spell, I'm perfectly safe, right? And I'm like, okay, well now you do that. Next session they had, I made sure to have one of the enemies have that spell, and so Colin jumped into their pocket dimension, killed the enemy, and nothing was there for him to open it up, so the pocket dimension collapsed on itself, killing him. So they had to open up the thing because they like, okay, we got one turn. You guys can try to the sorcerer can try to force open the spell, even though you have the spell. You use like your arcane energy to try to force it open for him to get out. Well, it closed on him and it chopped him in half as he was trying to leave. So like he's just dead. So he had to resurrect him. So he's died to like bullcrap like that. I mean, there's also a time where like they had oh my god, the final thing I remember, the last session we had before like. I mean, he died to another time. There was a genie's lamp, which there was a running gag for the while. They had a genie's lamp for God knows how long, and they make dumb wishes with it. Well, the one guy the ranger had it. The ranger was a troll. The ranger was always dying. Like Colin grabbed the ranger one time, like at the floating, the Jin's castle that was floating in the sky. It was a golden palace. He grabbed the ranger and threw him at the castle. That was his choice. He's like, I want to grab Chris and I want to throw him at the palace. Granted, this kid has the most innocent look in his eyes as he says it.
Hey, he just wants to help him get there.
Oh, he did. He destroyed the turrets that were guarding it too, but smashed Chris like paste against the wall. Like smashed him, like killed him. Like smashed him. Like he literally rolled a 20 at throwing him, so he grabbed him by his ankle and chucked him. He yeeted the poor boy. He smashed up against the wall and died. I rolled the damage and like there was no living it. It was just like it was atrocious. The speed, the distance, the 20 for throw, like he threw the guy about 200 feet up in the air. Like not even, probably even higher. Like this castle's high enough to say that like it's not even plane level, but it's helicopter level, let's say. Like he threw him, I don't even think that's 200 feet. I can't even gauge that distance, but he threw him so far, I rolled it off of 200 damage. That's what it was. Or 200 feet of damage, which is like every 10 feet is 1d4 damage, which is basically you're dealing with 20 d4s, and a guy at this time only had, again, maybe 25 health. And you're gone. No matter what, you're gone. There's no way that 20, on top of, so it's basically 20 damage no matter what. And on top of that, 5 damage for the strength. So he smashed him. He pasted him. Because then the damage actually ended up being like more like, I think like 140 something. Which, when you double your max health and damage, take that much, you automatically die. So this guy took way more than his health, like at least 7 times more than his health, max health could ever handle. So proceeded to get pasted. And I mean, again, it's a more of a Borderlands like world. So like I allow goofy stuff where like you can still resurrect. I don't hold his death permanently against him, but they have to roll a really high save to actually bring him back. They can fail to bring him back too with the resurrection. So they bring him back, and of course with the idea of God being a thing. So it's like he comes back to life, but his bird is like a constantly resummoned thing, and his bird always dies. There's a tally marker. His bird died like 30, 40 times. And he always kept bringing back his bird. And at one point, I had him skin his own bird at one point. Like,
this is brutal.
Oh, because I mean, it was like the theme of the one dungeon was a saw contraption. So it was like saw. So they had I forgot exactly. It was a penguin dressed up as Saw, and the penguin came out and like, in order to save like Colin was, so this is after the whole PvP thing, so it's like, he had to say, in order to save Colin, or Colin was actually gonna die, he had, I'm like, a pound of flesh and a pound of feathers. The butcher's deal is the deal of the day, and that was the riddle, and he's like, he looked at me, and Chris is like, do I have to skin my bird? I think that means my bird, doesn't it? Is my bird gonna have to, like, do I have to, I'm like, yeah, well, I don't know, try it. So he's like, is it not? I'm like, it might not be. I'm like, you gotta really try to figure this out. And he looked at, he's like, I'm sorry, bird. And I'm like, oh Jesus. So he's like, he skins his bird, and he fails the first couple times. So he makes it's gruesome. I had to describe this as the most gruesome skinning. So his bird's in agony as the bird's getting skinned for the feathers. So he takes the pound of flesh and feathers and put it on the weight. And it's like, yeah, it did it. It saved Colin. He's like, I hate that. And he brought his bird back, and I'm like, yeah, your bird has PTSD. Your bird looks you in the eyes as you bring it back to life, but it just can't look at you the same because it remembers all of its deaths.
That's just brutal.
It was brutal. It was yeah. It was quite hilarious in my opinion. And like, as a DM, my goal is to allow them to have fun, but at the same time torment them in the same regard. Yeah, it's evil, it's sadist, but see, I would say ask Donna about some of the I think she played a couple sessions with me, because she was a part of the other group for a little bit during the time. It was actually fun playing with her too, because she actually enjoyed it. But obviously asking her probably wouldn't be the best bet to ask her opinion of it, because she'll probably be like, I don't want to talk about that stuff. But it was very good. I tend to be an asshole about certain things, not an asshole like, oh yeah, you're dead, fuck you. It's more like, haha, you died, haha. Okay, well, you can get brought back if someone brings it back. I'm not gonna be a dick about it, but having you die in the most atrocious, hilarious way is just normally a good way to make people laugh. Is the one person in their campaign gets struck by lightning, and then proceed to roll a 1 on a healing, using the potion to heal. So the ones are critical failures that are atrocious. So it's like, she dropped the potion, it healed the lightning bolt, quote unquote, healed in quotations. Lightning bolt struck upwards, went back up in the sky, struck her a second time. It didn't go strike the ground, it went up into the sky, but she happened to be standing where the lightning bolt used to be. And I'm like, well, lightning didn't strike twice, it is reversed. Yeah, I do stuff like that. There's been times, my mother's trying to heal a couple times, a potion, she kept throwing ones, and I'm like, you go to drink the potion, and you missed. You missed trying to drink it, you throw it behind you. You hit a tree. He went through 4 potions one time, in a row, and she's like, I hate this. I'm done healing, screw this. And she was about to die too the one time, so she ended up downing, and she's like, I hate this. I'm just gonna accept my death.
I mean, you might as well accept death at that point.
I couldn't do anything. no way I can just heal. I'm like, no. You keep rolling once. What am I supposed to do about it? I can't. I'm not gonna fudge that. This is hilarious. I mean, unless it's like they're about to. Because like my goal with the campaign is like I don't want to say that I don't want them to eventually lose the campaign. I want them to finish the campaign. But at the same time, I don't want to like force it like they have plot armor. Because eventually, like if it keeps going and they keep dying a certain way, or there's actually a serious plot, I could kill off their character and say their character's dead. But I'm not gonna actively go to my way to try to kill the character permanently. I'm only gonna do it if it's to the point where they die, like really fucking, like they go to sacrifice themselves or something in like a dramatic way, or be stupid, jump into a banshee scream and die to that because it shatters your soul. I can't. There's no way I can ad-lib that out of existence. Plus, we make a giant quest line for that. That would be quite interesting.
So just give yourself an idea.
No, because honestly, banshees are like the known as the early game killer for most games and parties, because banshees are low-level monsters, but they have a soul shatter ability that when they kill you with a scream, they actually shatter your soul.
I don't know if I'm the only one that's seeing this on this weapon. Do you see something wrong with the barrel end of that weapon?
Is that a knife floating off of it?
Yeah.
It's kind of horrifying.
I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know why I'm speccing into perks for companions when I don't have a companion yet. No.
Ready?
Yeah, I am.
But yeah, I think other ways he's died. There's been one time where the genie's wish, like, that killed him because someone wished to save Colin, bring him back, or no, fuck, what was it? I forgot exactly what happened. So much of those end up happening. Someone wished something, and like, they rolled a 1 on the genie's wish to like do something, fuck Colin, or make Colin like strong as hell or some shit. And it rolled a 1, so it just killed Colin.
Stronger than he already is?
Yeah, someone tried to buff him to make him like Godzilla size to try to fight like a. Like there was the Christmas thing. There's the Christmas. Cause normally I'd like to go to season stuff. So like there was a thing where they had Rudolph the Red-Nosed T-Rex was ramping. Like Rudolph ended up being some nuclear. Because you know Santa Claus was the mayor of Newport, which was a town in the south, and well, unfortunately they have radiation jobs or radioactive food, because you know the radioactive plant, like the nuclear plant, basically mixed into the reindeer food area. And yeah, well, you got Rudolph the Red-Nosed T-Rex that came out of that. And so there's a giant T-Rex rampaging on the town. Was the big thing with that town. And they proceeded to, have to do that. And so they wanted to have Colin, like, they had the genie's lamp this time. They wanted him to fight this T-Rex as like a kaiju, basically, and ends up more or less becoming a huge. They just kill him. And they had to resurrect him. It's instantly killed him. I know the final thing, which is the final thing, part of the campaign we had before we stopped here. They're inside the dwarf town, like a gnome town and stuff like that of Stockholm. Not Stockholm. It was I forgot the name of the town. I want to say it was Fairport. Something random. I normally just, with like towns, I try not to make it too stupid. I try to make it sound like a normal town kind of idea.
Would surely grant you so well.
Didn't see that coming.
Ooh,
Maybe
moolah.
he stabbed himself?
Streams like
money.
these course in rivers throughout the years.
But yeah, so the one Chris had it, the hunter, and he was pretty stupid. Did that guy die from a thumbtack? I just realized there's a guy dead with a thumbtack in the back.
Yeah.
Oh my Jesus Christ, I just noticed that. I can't believe it. Dreamvale Overlook. This is the DLC area.
Yeah, I don't have the DLCs, but it lets me get stuff in here. So I just grabbed stuff in here.
But a knife to meet you. So he wished to,
70%,
like, there's a giant vault full of
80%
gold, and
sure
he's like,
we'll
I
have
wish
to
for
carry that
all
as
the
well, our
gold.
share.
So
Is that
all the
best?
gold came out of the vault in front of, like, from all the vaults and stuff like that,
Or unsheath? That is
and it dropped right in front of him. Because the genie's lamp, he rolled a 20 on that, so it's like, oh, well, congratulations, you did it, you know? And, well, unfortunately, the gnomes weren't happy because they just watched their gold get stolen from them, so like, ah! And so they start surrounding them. He's like, well, I wish everybody in this town was dead.
Killed themselves as well.
Killed everyone. Including him. And everyone. He also rolled a 20. So yeah, everybody died, and everyone was mad. Everyone was like laughing and mad, and everyone was like, didn't know how to react. Everyone was just like, oh, what? Like, no one knew how to, like, react to it. Like, it was just like a funny thing. Like, I didn't know what to say to it. I'm like, ah. Like, I was confused. Like, I genuinely didn't know what to do about it.
It's skepticism. A cloud of skepticism. You doubt my ability to read your fate. As you should. Those who make fate aren't captive to its whims like the rest of us.
Threw cosmetics at my face.
Fortune I have for you. I see a great partnership in your future. If that's the fate you choose to make.
It'd be ruinous for a
Well,
hero to
that's
enter
new
a
to me.
town without knowing the stakes.
The only limit to your fortune is your imagination.
What's new to you?
Getting legendaries.
All you need to do
You get legendaries from,
and say yes.
I spun the wheel.
You've come this
you normally do.
And now I got legendaries. And I'm not familiar with either one of these. Oh my god, what is this gun made with? It has 50 bullets for a pistol. God. What are you shooting me with?
I don't know what I'm shooting you with, but I do have a legendary ward or a shield. It's called the Mind Root of Growth. If you can think of a better way to get ice, I'd like to hear it.
Think of a better way to...
If you can think of a better way to get ice, I'd like to hear it. I don't know.
I have Perceiver of the Peak. How do you want to do this? Is the description.
It's actually hilarious.
I also got Ruby Spite, which is Death Fulfillment. Oh, it's just 3.
The Witch. Chain Guy. I don't know what this is. I didn't even do the Witch, I did the Shark. And there's like this... Because these basically go through like a dungeon, and at the end you basically, every week you get to level this up. And like it turns into a giant raid boss and it gets stronger every week. And then like... It's basically at the end you get the actual raid boss fight. But it's like, it's... You have to wait a week each time you do it.
It's so long.
Yeah, that's a shame part. I don't know if they changed it, but it's pretty sad regardless.
And guess what? I've never went through any of them.
I don't think you can.
I can't.
Content must be
Yeah,
so
no.
known by every player to... Well, that's sad. That's depressing. I think we should burn this whole entire town down.
The entire ghost town?
Burn it
Literally
down.
ghost town?
It's a ghost town. Burn it down. Show no mercy.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
That's the D&D adventures from that side, and then otherwise than that, with the ones with Donna was in that group. That group's gonna be tough to get going because that group actually also liked playing with Donna. Now that they all know she's not a part of it, they're all kind of like, some of them are half in, half out, and it's like, ugh. The one chick that Donna didn't like, that was my buddy's ex, who still wants to play, and my buddy still is content with being friends with her, is like fine with it, but she's like the only one. My buddy Carlos, like, he's already basically casted bull crap because he's just like, oh, I'm busy now, don't feel like doing it. like you already lost to one player, so it's like kind of like that player. It's like, well, I can't change that. Then a couple of my buddies still want to do it, but it's like I can't lose like 3 players and just expect it to keep around.
Yeah, you can't be expected to keep doing it by yourself.
Well, I'm losing 3 players, and other than that, that group already has only like 7 players. So it's like you're gonna go down to 4 now, and it's like you lose Donna, you lose Carlos, and then you lose because I think it's only those 2, and then because then the other Carlos's buddy won't do it if Carlos is not doing it. So it's like 3 people in one go. So it's really just a nightmare. So now, like that group, I wanted to get back going, but I don't think I can get going. And also, too, Carlos is just living his own life, so like that. So it is what it is. People be living their lives, but at the same time, throwing away crap because he didn't want to deal with losing another person as well. Because we lost. The first player we had in there was an old friend of mine. She instantly was like,
Hey, I know I'm the villain, but I still
she's super
want you to
depressed,
wish you
and
luck
the
on
one chick
whole
actually
quest
got
thing.
like
Not that you need luck, right?
got her really hopes up and stuff like that
You're
because
the
she actually had
Fate
a crush on me supposedly, but she's like older than me by like quite a bit, like about 6 years, which is out of my range, and she's just uber not depressed to the point where it's like still tries to be happy and tries to do stuff with you, but like just complains about life 24/7 and just complains everything's unfair and everything. So it gets really old.
Really annoying, really quick.
Yeah, it's not like it's like Cam at his worst, 24/7.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, well, I was trying to be nice to her, and I said, come play D&D, come get your head out of the clouds, or get your head out of the dirt, meet some new people, have some fun. She took the drive and stuff like that, and the chick basically mentioned, she's like, oh, I'm like, why is this even a conversation? This wasn't even before I started dating Donna and stuff, and I'm like, this isn't a conversation, this is like D&D time, let's not converse like this, and let's not put things in people's heads, because she knows how I feel about that, because she's a friend of mine, and that's just simply it. I don't date friends, because friends are friends. Because then you never get to have friends ever again if anything goes wrong.
Ooh, I never get tired
She
of
got
that.
pissed by that because I tried to send that chick, and she left like 30 minutes into D&D, and she blamed it on the fact that she was going to do it. When I talked about trying again, she's like, no, because you shut me down. It's like, I didn't even shut you down, you didn't even say a damn thing. I'm telling her now. Why'd you even listen to her? Not my fault you got your hopes up for something you knew wasn't going to happen because I care about you more as a friend. I care about you, but I'm not going to force myself. I'm not going to let you force yourself upon me if I'm not into that. It's the whole bunch of crap, and it's really annoying. So I lost a player there. And she was actually super into playing too. And she is super nice. She is a super nice person at the end of it, but like she does try her best. Has her depression issues and stuff like that. Just complains a lot. But it is what it is. So then with that, it's like I had eventually just us. We had when we had and then we invited Carl's buddy over. He started playing. He started enjoying it. So we had like 7 of us again, and then brought Donna in at 8. No, she was 7. No, she was actually 8. That's right. Donna, McKenna,
I would run if I were you.
Ben, and 7.
The skill artillery blasts a hole in the barrier! The defenses are breached!
7. So, but that's my point though, is like, with that, it's like, Donna's gone, and now they're like, oh well, we had 7. Or 8. No, 7. I keep mixing up. 7 or 8, we're just gonna go off that, because I'm gonna have to recount them. I feel like I'm missing a number. And I'm not gonna keep going back on that number, trying to figure it out, but regardless, you miss one another person, everyone's like upset, because like, she was there for 2 sessions, they really enjoyed playing with her, she has her own type of playstyle, which everyone appreciates. She's trolly.
I saw you fighting the undead on the beach.
glad I'm not the only one giving these bony
And
pricks
so
a
yeah,
hard time.
that's my problem with that group. It really does, like, half it wants to play, half it doesn't, and I'm like, I'm not gonna sit there and reform that group too.
Do I bloody look like I've
It
got
just makes
time
me
for
upset.
manners
It's like, well,
lessons? I'm up to my
there goes that group.
eyepiece and I'm dead.
Took me a long time to convince Don to even play D&D. I think it took a lot out of me. I had to really push.
Dragon Lord! Bollocks, we'll have to deal with him later. Right now, we have to break this siege.
I'm setting my controller down, now I'm gonna walk to the kitchen.
Skeletons over the walls. I need you to destroy them. Here, take
could
this
you?
C4.
Oh no, I'm hungry. But not hungry.
But can you make it more fantasy themed than C4?
Right. Good catch.
You have a wireless headset?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
I thought you had a wired headset.
Take this, fantasy
Nope.
Fantasy 4.
We're gonna just get to safety.
It's a reference to Final Fantasy 4.
Use that fantasy
Probably.
blow the catapults to kingdom bloody come.
Well, I don't need it, but I'm hungry. I want it.
D&D was fun, and it's like the other group will start up again with Colin, and then that one will start up again. I don't know any buddies. One of my buddies I really enjoyed a lot more because like we drank. He was always goofy, and like you could actually say like I was able to say like I'm not gonna say half the adult stuff that was said in those campaigns and done in those campaigns. Because like it's not the adult stuff that's fun, but it's like the ability to not have to censor is also something that's fun too. I'm not gonna swear and say all this stuff in front of a 13-year-old. I'm not that type of person. I can not like swearing in front of kids.
Oh, but you'll do it to a 17-year-old, huh?
Not a kid.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't mind either way. Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, well, my thing is with my little brother, he's like, if he gets older, sure. He's also, so he's innocent as all hell. He's a sweetheart. That's it. I hope that doesn't get taken out of context, but like, that's what I can literally call it. Like, he doesn't mean anything to anybody. He's worse than me when it comes to that stuff. Like, people say I'm very naive and very open and honest and too kind. Like, well, I don't know if that's because of the autism, but I really don't want to think that. It's just with me spending so much time with him, I think he did a lot of it did rub off on him as well, on top of everything. So he does like a big after that like me. From what I can tell. If I do something he likes doing, if I want to go do something, I want to do it. He used to be like that.
That fantasy 4 onto the catapult.
I can cough again.
So it's one of those things. It's really I don't want to be that guy to be sitting there throwing f-bombs in front of a kid like that, and he probably hears it from all YouTube and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna be the guy who does that.
Catapult explode.
Yeah, you're not gonna be the one to do it.
It doesn't sit right with me. Even swearing in front of kids in general, I don't like it. I hate swearing in front of kids. But I do it. Like if I start swearing or I slip a little bit, I will apologizingly be like, "Oh, sorry, my bad." Or now, if a kid hears me and actually hears it, I'll tell him to slap my hands. Like, I'll be like, slap my hand. It seems funky as hell, but I'm like, don't do me. Don't do what I did. Slap my hand. I was bad. I did bad thing. It's weird that it actually feels like it feels really weird to people to say that. Tell a kid that, but it's like I don't want a kid following my footsteps and doing something like that. I pick up stuff like what you see what you do. Like, oh, that guy said fuck. Now I say it. Kids do that easily. And that's why kids will like be around my little brother. Like he would say stuff like he'd pick up swear words when I was younger, and I used to swear in front of him all the time. And like I eventually stopped, and he stopped it too. I was like after a while he started picking up, and I stopped. I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like the fact he's swearing all the time, or even starting to think all the time. It's like you'd hear one like occasionally during like a joke around, like everyone's joking, he'd swear.
This one alone shit.
I think I killed myself there.
I didn't know you died. I thought you did, but at the same time I wasn't sure. Yeah, that other group I really liked as well. I liked it a lot more than my group of Colin and them, just because Chris and Dave made it almost impossible to enjoy, because half the time they were just mostly conversing with themselves 24/7, not caring about anything else, so it got really loud and annoying.
That's way too big of a jump.
trying to like
What
talk
if we
over them and trying to pay
undestroyed that
attention.
last catapult and threw ourselves over it?
Hey! No touching the miniatures! Launching yourself
If I'm
into
around a
the
kid, I
let
try to
it go
censor
this
myself.
Oh yeah, I censor myself and everything. It's not even just like the censoring. It's just like I said. There's a lot of things that go live with the other group too. I always gave equal efforts to both groups. And I always made sure like both groups had fun, always joke around, having a good time. There's no disparity in efforts either. I didn't just like be like, you're my favorite, so I give you more effort. Like I made the Golemon be the beta testers for like the skill trees and stuff like that. I let them test out stuff first. Let them get to actually have the ability, see what they feel. If they don't like it, then it doesn't become a thing for like the universe or whatever. They're the ones who got actually anything better treated really bad. But like that's when they got legendary relics, the other group doesn't. The other group is completely purely based on their own skills, their older. And what experience gaming players, and like it's just it does make me sad that like that might not be a thing no more, no matter how hard it tries.
You turned away.
They had a really good story going too. Their story is more serious. I would say that at least. Their story is a lot more serious. Well, the actual storyboard, I guess, is more serious. Not saying they don't make the story absolutely comedic though in the process. We don't. I actually can't talk about some of the things on stream about specifically what was done. That's how bad it is. Like it
Oh
was
boy.
like atrocious. Like I mean, level of like, like I just my ears been defiled. Like any kid who is this might need some like therapy. Like I probably need therapy from that. Probably I don't know. I'd be scared if I did, but funny too.
Your character seems to be pretty strong.
I think the Buckler is very strong for some reason, and I don't know how to put it. There's a shotgun over here.
That'll bloody learn 'em.
Oh.
Through by the main gate. I can see 'em gathering from the side.
Oh, good for you. See, while you're having your little
I got a purple.
my forces
Yay.
are
Yay.
in the city getting ready to burn the place to the ground. Oh, this is great. We're all having fun.
Oh, it's a Hydra spell.
Look, stranded. Here's a nice bridge.
That is.
Oh.
Nice,
The bridge wasn't there yet.
Finally came through. Hey, you showed those boneheads before.
I just watched that happen. You're like, whoops, the bridge ain't there yet. So,
I figured that'd be cool when I'd walk out and it'd spawn right under my feet.
it waited. It's like, nah, fuck you.
Now I'm gonna wait till it goes. Now I'm gonna go.
And now, but again, it's unfortunately the point of like the whole campaign was fun. We'll not probably ever be able to play it again because of how it is. That's how much everyone did like Donna. At the same time though, it's
Oh, man, you're doing so
that's
well.
me.
Too bad I don't have anything up my
I try to smash it.
What is your class feat?
Applying a status effect increases elemental damage for a duration, and it can stack up to 10 times,
All jokes
2.5%
aside,
per stack.
don't keep trolls in your sleeve.
Hmm.
It's hot in there. They don't know how to run.
Feed the beast. Time for a spell.
But yeah. Change happens. 'Tis his life.
Yep, how things go.
care of myself and doing what I have to do. Everybody's have to give me 2 weeks off of, I mean, granted, unpaid, but let me take care of what I need to take care of, and that's all that matters. Gotta do what you gotta do, and,
yeah, it was needed.
no, it definitely was needed. It was, so. I mean, at the very, besides the crap with my grandpa afterwards, I mean, that's the worst of it. Well, there's worse, but I'll make you mad at the end.
Trolls, waves! You held off the assault!
That's all you
At the very
got,
least,
Dragon
all I
Lord.
can do is just
Watch it, Fate Maker. You haven't
live
even
life,
seen me
do what I
try.
can, keep myself going for either way for myself, and if, like I said, if it goes to a point somebody realizes that, that person realizes that, you know, friendships do matter more than anything, then, well, actually I can't say that. It is what it is. There's nothing I can say. Life will figure out a way.
Honestly, I
And eventually it will.
like something out of a legend. Oh, you are a fate maker.
I just hope to get my other group decides they actually do want to play without it,
There's some undead that may
regardless.
enter the city.
I don't think that is ultimately fair to me.
Hurry if you're gonna stop me and save the world. I can only drag my feet destroying Brighthoof for so long.
Bloody gates are closed. Give me a moment, I'll get us in. Oi! Lord Sky! Open up the gates!
Are you over?
Passwords
Oh, you're over there.
open the bloody gate before I
Yeah, I've already walked.
stick a handle on your ass and turn you into my own personal bloody teapot!
Alright, there's the password.
Come on. But
That's
get
a
ready.
long
It's gonna be a right
password.
That's a scary password. In fact, I'm getting turned into a teapot.
God.
Like, you're getting a hand in your ass. How do you turn into a teapot? I wish to know that.
Hey, anything is possible.
I'm a little teapot, hand in my ass. Here is my hand, all here is my mouth. Well, that's not a copyrighted song. I think that is not a copyrighted song. Watch, it's copyrighted.
Yeah, I think you've edited enough, it should be okay.
It should be okay. It just turned into defilement rather than the actual song.
I think as long as it's less than 5 seconds.
Gets counted, it's like 5.1 seconds.
Fuck.
Fuck, they got me on copyright. Well, Dead Island 2, like I told you, is already copyrighted. Like, if I were to ever make a crap ton of money on that, it would go completely to the artist for the music, because I did not need the music, because I want to play that game fully through, listening to some of the good music.
It is good music.
And, like, even this opening theme on, like, the main menu, Drown, that is a very, yeah, because I can at least mention the song, by Carano and, I gotta open my Spotify, because I have it on my Spotify now. It is a very, very good, it's actually a very good song, I actually really like it, you know. Yeah, Drown with Carano and Danger Mouse. You know, that was a big difference between me and good old other lady, was that she never liked Daft Punk or anything like that, anything that repeated lyrics. Nothing at all. Like, your Daft Punk, your, like, dubstep and stuff like that was not kosher. For me, that type of stuff is the best. So, like, the First Class Trouble opening, There Comes a Time, that is There Comes a Time, right? There Is a Time. But, like, that song is, like, my Pulsate's jam. Like, whenever that plays, like, tag each other in it. If it pops over on Spotify as, like, a
Push
shovel,
on,
it will
my
automatically
armies
tag
of
each other in it
unyielding
automatically.
darkness. Once
That
I
thing
take
is
this
a
city, the
banger.
whole world will fall into my hands.
I'll send it to you on YouTube, and you can listen to it at your own leisure. I don't think, have you listened to it yet? Or ever listened
Like
to
an
it?
absolute rage.
I have no idea what song we're talking about.
You're play first class trouble? Didn't you play first class trouble with us?
If there's anything else
No.
I can do. Mentor figures I
I
can
don't know. I don't think I did.
all year.
Now while we're sitting here, I'm gonna let that do damage while I go ahead and put my YouTubes.
Yeah, I put them on the roof and I can't do anything.
If there was a time. Oh, Jesus.
Spellbound!
Mute myself real quick.
Yeah, let's kill these idiots a second time.
Yeah, sorry. It took me a moment. I had to mute myself because I had to make sure I listened to the right song. And like,
To make sure it was the right one.
Yeah, because I didn't want to get slapped for that one. I don't want to get slapped for copyright for. It's not like I lose money, and I don't think they'd sue me. I'm very low, but like, I'd like to have our none of my Wonderlands stuff be slapped with copyright. So yeah, I sent it to you. You can listen to it as you 47-second song on Spotify. It's like a minute and a half, but they don't have a full version, which makes me sad. But it's a short little song. It's a banger. You know, it's enjoyable.
I think it's obvious.
It's like
we seduce the drawbridge.
classic, like 40s classic mixed with some like I think they call it swing, like modern swing.
Greetings.
But it's such a banger, and it's like
Like to engage in physical congress.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. The drawbridge, it digs your flavor, baby.
Works every time.
you float up the door.
I'll listen to it once we're done for the night.
Yep.
Come on, main square is this way.
Float up the door. Now, so feel the float of the door. The door make you happy.
Yeah, I'm aroused by a door.
Clear the square.
It'll arouse you.
This is where we make our stand.
Kyle was calling Gabe hairy ass yesterday, and it was making him so angry. Because he has apparently hairy ass, and he does not like it. He's like, hey, hairy ass. And like, Kyle couldn't get over it. So he just kept calling him hairy ass, and his Gabe's like, oh, why? Of course, nobody's gonna be able to hear the harassment. Thankfully, won't be able to hear the one where he said that shall not be mentioned because it's a cruel word. And it's a choice of a word. I don't know why it was chosen, but it was chosen.
Choice word that was chosen.
The choice word that was chosen. It's like Voldemort. It's like one shall not be named.
As the last lifeless skellyman clatters to the cobblestones, realize you've done it! The undead horde has been defeated!
This spell is so good.
Hydra?
No, the quaking thunder of giants.
Be a hero.
What does that do?
I hope you remember this.
It just connects to multiple enemies.
Now, I'm gonna have to start
That's what it
breaking.
goes to chain.
Breaking ground.
The Fate Maker wields full power.
You missed it, didn't you?
I did. I was looking at the note.
Okay.
Feels like
Just
Alright.
look towards the door that way.
Oh,
Over here, Fate Maker.
pretty good.
Yeah, it kills things. It's pretty good.
You saved us all, Fate Maker. You are the hero of Brighthoof.
I'm the hero, right?
About this bloody Dragon Lord business.
We have armor now.
Eager to meet our new
Yay!
friend in person? The castle gates are right over there.
What does that boost?
never
Why does it boost a skill so far down in my tree? I can't even get it.
Majesty's castle swing open as though they
That skill is so far down.
it just washes over you, man.
Yes, I feel it. It's busy.
You spilled your soda.
Yes, I did, and it was in honor of the queen.
Valentine's a special character, huh?
Yeah, okay. So, she says you are the bravest fate maker the Wonderlands has seen in generations. But though you have pushed back the dragon
Valentine.
attack, his downfall can only be brought
Oh,
about
yeah, he's very. I forgot the other guy's name is Valentine from the outside the game. It's like looking like Paladin Mike.
The Sword of Souls.
Stealing. The Sword of Souls.
Yeah, it's a Sword of Souls. Although, thank you, Valentine, for paying attention to the exposition.
The Sword of Souls is the coolest weapon in the whole game. Are we really getting that?
You think if you were to ride Butt Stallion, it'd be a difficult thing to ride?
Probably be having hard diamond slap against your
Intense.
nether regions as you're
It's
riding
in
it.
the right spirit.
Yeah, there'd be absolutely no give. You'd be all bruised up.
She says that the Sword of Souls is hidden
I hate the pink eyes.
under Grave Barrow. She will be reaching there personally for you.
Would you say we're being bestowed a huge honor? I've always wanted to be bestowed something.
Girl, you totally just got bestowed.
My dream. It's happening.
My dream is happening.
His dream is happening. Okay, I've liked it on my YouTube. That way I can come back to it.
Good.
And so I muted myself real quick just in case something played.
Thank you. That would have been. Oh, it just hears it. Well, actually, I think as long as it's only for a quick second, I think you're normally
Perhaps you could cross over
fine.
it. Give it a big whack.
It definitely wouldn't have been long, but I didn't really want to risk doing it anyway.
That's fair. Oh, there we go. Okay.
I mean, yeah, if you want to see the spell, you can, It is pretty good.
Hopefully you get another one by the time you get max level and stuff like that.
I hope so. This thing's pretty good.
dead creeps up on you.
It's got a fast charge, too. Only 13 seconds.
Ooh, the broadsword of the assassin.
That encounter went by very quick.
Yeah, that was just a little camp that we were doing.
Oh, that was the fastest camp I've ever done.
Yeah, it was just like a little small camp. I was like, "Yay, let's start it up here."
That spell did good work.
Did very good work. It cleared most of everything out, and I just sat there. I was like, "Oh." Like,
I knew it had pretty good range. I didn't know it split off after it hit enemies as well.
it does.
Yeah.
God damn.
So after each enemy that I hit was hit there, it kept splitting.
Ugh. That sounds. I mean, it sounds really good, but I mean, at the same time, it sounds awful for them.
It's horrifying.
The queen says that the
Don't know what
sword
you
was
said, but I
hidden
still
in
like how you
place
look.
the evil
That's good.
souls rose from their graves.
Horrifying. Very horrifying.
Just absorb the Dragon Lord's soul and be done with him.
Cause I don't know, he's bad, but he's not that bad. And what do you not want a villain to fight? Huh, Brett?
Yeah, Fred.
Suck up.
Suck up.
This game isn't too bad. Definitely not my go-to.
No, it's not too bad. It's something to play when Cam's off doing whatever the frick he does.
Yeah, whatever he's doing, absolutely nothing except for not playing.
I pray to God he plays tomorrow, because I would like to play tomorrow at least. I have to go to work on Monday and school Monday, so like watch Mondays and be like, oh, play. I'm like, dude, I'm waiting. He's on boss.
Yeah, on Monday I'm just gonna be playing Skyrim after I get back from school.
Like, 'cause I have school right after work. I have to make sure, like, I have to focus. That'll be my fourth. I already have 4 absences this year. I'm only trying to get 3 before you technically expelled from the class. And the teacher's letting me go because he knows I know the stuff. It's just I'm having some rough times in general with everything. So he's letting me go. Blah.
I mean, at least he knows you'll do it, or you know how to do it too.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, my programming is a C, which is bad, but it's only because of dumb mistakes I made on the midterm. But the midterm's only 20%. I just have to make sure I ace the final, and I basically played But, like...
I'm glad you said something about midterm. I have to get mine signed so I can get a bonus on it.
Did you hear what she said about me?
Oh, you're welcome.
Not that bad. Nice try. But she can't...
Continue.
That's my thing, is that they do all that stuff, so it's like, he's gonna be like, oh, I'll play tomorrow, and then, like, my luck, knowing him, like, I have a, well, not saying it's exactly what it is, but it'd be my luck is that he'd be like, oh, yeah, no, let's play, and be like, oh, no, sorry, it's cool, and he's like, well, I'm playing anyways. Like, well,
No, I don't think he'll play it just by himself.
Fred, I don't know. Oh, because he has a solo character, so he probably would play him himself, but at least he played the solo character.
Yeah, he won't play the actual, like, our characters.
Yeah, Kyle would play our character. Like, if me and Kyle were playing a game together, he'd play our characters. If by himself, if I wasn't playing for the day. That's the thing Kyle did. I always have that with some people, because when I like playing games with people, I like playing completely with that character or whatever, with that person only. I'm very strict upon it. Like, I will not touch Amy unless I'm playing with you guys. It's, unless I really beat the game and, like, there's, like, we're done playing. Then I go, okay, well, now Amy's my own character, if I can choose one. But, like, it has to have its own whatever with it type of thing, so.
Yeah, that's why I've not, like, I've done, like, the solo Bruno. I deleted the Bruno because I didn't feel like playing Bruno.
Jacob
Then I've made
was
Amy.
your solo character.
Amy's a pretty good solo character.
I think Amy would be harder, just as hard as Bruno.
Bruno doesn't have a lot of health.
Well, neither does Amy, really.
I mean, not Amy, Danny.
Oh yeah, Danny's basically just Jacob.
Just female version.
The only thing that are different between all of them are their gate passes.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, if you...
Which is that they shut up and stay dead.
Inside the mausoleum.
Anyway, I think there's a chest over here that I want to grab now. I kind of wish I did pick Danny as whenever we picked our characters. But I'm satisfied with Carl because I can actually take hits for you all.
It's a dark magic
I
spell.
can't take hits, I die.
Ooh, dark magic gives you health stealing powers.
I'll explode.
Sounds evil, but
Cam could take a couple,
I can't.
but I'm definitely meant to be the one to take them.
I just hope like that late game and stuff like that's gonna be pretty good. Like I hope there's like if there's a new game plus that'll be enjoyable to go through. I feel like there'll be much.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not sure exactly what's gonna be post Dead Island 2. And I'm not gonna look it up. I only found out the legendaries from Kyle because Kyle was talking about or not Kyle, my buddy Chance that I play games with from my Final Fantasy guild. Been playing games with him again and stuff like that, like ESO and stuff. And, like his whole thing is like I was asking him questions. That's where I made my cake books with him when I was waiting for you, like War to finally decide to want to play. And that's just the thing. Like he's like, yeah, no, there's legendaries. So he lost. Here's a glitch where he lost his legendary because of the quest thing, but he did something else with it. I think he said something like he was being smart.
Yeah, before you actually just decide to start playing.
That's my thing. I could play Jacob and like try to find randos, but like I haven't. And again, I don't really have like anybody. Like I don't have anything else to keep myself busy besides like my own stuff and going out and working out and crap like that. Now that I'm back here, back at home, there's not much to do besides sit inside and play video games. Really, I'm not really on vacation. I gotta go to work and take care of school and stuff. So it's like play video games or go out and work out 24/7. Once I'm out working out, I'm not gonna actually be back whenever somebody wants me back. I will never. That's one thing with me is I never stop a workout halfway through. I'm not like, oh yeah, no, this has happened. I gotta go just click off. Like I always make sure I finish my workout completely.
That was the most confusing action skill I've ever used.
Yeah.
I have no clue what that did for me. The Reaper of Bones action skill.
The Royal Majesty says you will need to find
Oh?
the Tome of
Fate Maker is fully healed, gains increased dark magic efficiency, and deals bonus dark magic damage. But her health takes an ever-increasing amount of damage per second. When the Fate Maker would die, she instead becomes invulnerable for a short time and restores a portion of her health. When she is no longer vulnerable, Reaper of Bones ends. Okay. So it just increases my dark magic's bonuses, but drains my health. Makes sense, I guess. What is your second ability? Isn't it tornadoes or something?
My second ability?
Yeah.
Fate Maker summons a Plague Storm at the target location, dealing poison status effect damage. Whenever Fate Maker deals non-ability damage, a percentage of it is stored. The Plague Storm periodically creates an elemental bolt targeting random number of enemies. Underneath it, dealing ability damage of a random number of elemental damage type equal to this damage stored split among targets and clearing all stored damage. and they cannot supply status effects.
They cannot?
They cannot. And I will go ahead and actually equip that to see how that goes.
I imagine it's pretty good. Okay, so it keeps you from dying, basically. And I can get a full heal off of my eruption.
Druid.
Skitters like that. Oi, who's there?
Your voice echoes through the ghastly ruins. There is no answer.
What is that? Burn it! Stab it! Kill it!
How's your tornadoes doing that?
This is why I feel
Oh. That's you, right?
Yeah, that's me.
That's
As the mimic dies, it belches out the
much larger than I thought it would be.
That is actually much larger than I thought it would ever be.
And not at all like a tornado.
altar outside.
Nemesis.
It's a plague storm.
Now,
Isn't the icon for it a tornado?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't question it no more.
Hmm.
Place the tome of fate upon the pedestal and read out the Fate Maker's creed.
Fate does not divide us. Fate brings us together.
ooh, I like that. Fate brings us together. That's going on my vision board.
people really believe that.
Nah, girl, that's just some fantasy butt crap. But I guess they brought us to play games. I don't know, whatever.
Justice has been served.
That seems like it'd be painful for that guy.
What?
That one little crab just getting wrecked by me and you.
I didn't do a damn thing, you just destroyed him yourself.
Ow.
This off to the hereafter.
The moldy barrel was filled with decay. Dead gross stuff. It's full of nasty.
I just burnt myself on that torch.
Oh, so it's like Valentine's private quarters. Big sick.
Then, you brew homemade ketchup wine. One time.
Here, ketchup wine.
Hmm?
I just hear ketchup wine and everything. They're pretty
Like
good.
ketchup?
Wine. Ketchup wine. Like wine. Like the alcohol, but made of ketchup.
I don't... That doesn't sound very good to me. But you know, to the wineaholics, it might be pretty good.
I don't know. Next time you talk to Donna, ask her.
Ask her if ketchup wine is any good.
I made her into a wineaholic, so I would know. She likes her fruity stuff, though, from what I know. No, she likes her ports. She likes her ports and wine. Well, I won't know what else she likes anyways, but pretty sure she likes a lot of that fucking shit now. Zom boss. You're so funny. Your health bar. Ow, you hurt me.
Yeah, she said you're funny with your health bar.
I'm so elated for you. Zom boss, you got your body back, darling.
Darling.
Darling, you got your body back. It's a shame that, darling, I'm so elated. I'm so happy that you got your body back. It's almost like my own life is at stake.
No antidote for that.
Yeah, you are definitely a strong class.
I summon stars.
Is that all the elements? Just
Yeah, they randomly spawn.
As the hulking body of the Zomboss collapses, Her Majesty reappears.
I got a legendary.
I did not.
You have impressed her
I got the
royal
undead
highness with your
patch.
courage and total badassery. She will now grant you entrance.
It always ends like this.
The Sword of Souls.
I got that if you need a better ward.
Where is it? No,
Purple.
I do not need that. Mine's better.
Oh, good for you, cutie idiot.
In 5 levels, my vigor is going to be completely maxed out.
Give me that sword.
Oh, I just changed the channel on my TV.
With soul energy.
Great.
That only comes from your precious queen and the souls of living things.
I can think of at least one soul nearby that needs absorbing.
Give me that
Yeah,
sword.
Zomboss went by very quickly.
Not like that. No, 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 no.
The Sword of Souls clatters to the ground. Like this. Clatter, clatter, clatter. Now you must take the sword back to Brighthoof. A town portal.
Town portal.
We get our secondary class right after we get the Bard, right?
I think so. I thought it was a level, but I thought a certain level got you unlock.
Hey, don't flush it. There you go, Pete.
Okay.
Hurry up.
She says you'll need to bring the sword to the fountain in the main square. Little, double entendre.
Boo shoo doo shoo. Bada booda bada booduba.
I think after we place the sword, I'm gonna call it for the night.
Oh, I was like, sword on your call out for the night. What the? No, I was about to say the same thing. Probably not be a bad spot to stop.
Yeah, I mean, made pretty good progress in the little time we played.
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing. Get up at a decent time and try to get a good answer early from Cam. Try to figure out if he's gonna play Dead Island or not.
I hope so. I'll be gone probably till at least 10 in the morning.
All the fires are extinguished.
Depends on if I go to breakfast or not.
I probably won't be on until, well, I mean, regardless, I don't think Cam would be on until, like, probably midday.
Come on.
Like 12 or 1.
I love me too.
But I pray to God he actually decides he actually does want to play and not pull
I hope so.
I'm trying so hard not to be mean. Because I understand he's obviously got his own life and stuff like that too, but I don't know if he's actually sitting around and just doing nothing because he just doesn't care or what. Sometimes he just kind of gives the answer that he just doesn't seem like he cares.
I don't think he does half the time.
The city is safe, prosperous, and skeleton-free. Now that the siege has been lifted, you'll want to avail yourself of our amenities. Start by visiting the blacksmiths.
We can stop right here. Alright. Time to end stream.
Yep, time to call it here and then see what we can do tomorrow.